Well, hello there. Back in the game. Good afternoon from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Um, I want to take a few minutes to address something that came up in a different conversation. It was one called Life in Brazil, Colombia, and Honduras. I want to show you guys what I was talking about. You might remember this conversation with AJ Vassar and Jure, who is always a mess. But down here, Kudu Juice said, yeah, please do a video on the laptop lifestyle. And I think in generations past, like 15 years ago, they called it being a digital nomad, which was for a very small group of people who had the life of going someplace where they could live off their computer. May or may not have been true. I apologize. I've got something in my mouth, dealing with a little cough because of the temperature roller coaster. It's really warm outside, then you'll come inside, and then in an office, the temperature might be, 15 degrees lower than it was outside, and you just end up with pneumonia because you're sweaty. But the laptop lifestyle, I always tell people that for me, I think in generations past, I probably had an ancestor who had a big sharp something and he threw it over his back and traveled the world, making his fortune. Don't know if he was a good guy or a bad guy. A few generations later, I probably had an ancestor who threw a rifle over his back and traveled the world, making his fortune. Don't know if he was a good guy or a bad guy. For me, where I am now, I can take my computer, throw it in my bag, throw it over my back, and make my fortune traveling the world. Fortune is a bit of an exaggeration. I'm not a good guy. But how I do it is often how we do it. I'm not the only one, but people who are digital nomads or the people who lead that laptop lifestyle, you might remember if you clicked on this through the thumbnail, that's real, that's legitimate. This is a very accurate depiction of me hunched over a laptop, my MacBook Pro, banging out words for money. Do I earn a good living as an editor, copy editor, proofreader for books, newspapers, as well as working with people in person to help them with different things? Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. Doesn't change the fact that it's not like I get to sit outside drinking a cool, fresh orange juice, gently typing away at the keyboard for a few minutes every day. The laptop lifestyle is more than just doing one thing. I have friends who do a couple of things, and I want to give you those things because Brazil is one of those countries that's a destination country specifically for that. Let me think. I have friends who do drop shipping, meaning they do stuff, and then that stuff comes to that send it to, not to themselves, and specifically for that. I have friends who maintain websites for other people, and that's how they earn their money on their computer. I have friends who are professional researchers who deal with data, who live off their laptop. And they do it by maintaining a lifestyle that is that perfect combination beneath your income needs and above what you can save. It's an easy combination, but it's hard for a lot of people. When you leave and you get to have that laptop lifestyle, you're not just walking into less work, you're walking into more work. Why is it more work? Because I don't know anybody who has a laptop lifestyle who successfully works for other people. I know some people who have had a job offered to them that they could do from their laptop in other places. It almost never works out because when you're working through a VPN for a company in another country, you are so far down the chain of priorities for them. I've seen people not get paid by Fortune 100 companies. I've seen people have their position cut because you're the first person they let go. You're not even there with them in the office to grow an emotional attachment to as someone they see as a colleague. But when you go full rogue mercenary with your computer and you decide to make your fortune on the laptop lifestyle, it's a different ball game. It's a very different ball game. Let me back up for a second. Looks like we got company. Greetings to you too, Howard. Let's talk soon. And as always, I tell everybody, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with me. Even further back, as I say back up, let me back up again. When I tell people what I do, another aspect of that laptop lifestyle, I am the CEO, the CFO, tax department, security, anti-theft, complaint department, and most importantly, I'm advertising. This is the first time in my life where I've done any advertising that wasn't purely word of mouth. If you've heard of me, that's probably more likely than you seeing me here on YouTube. Although through YouTube, I've expanded a lot of professional connections. I've been able to work with some amazing people, some amazing companies. I want to show you what I do on LinkedIn. There's a lot of people join me professionally. And while I do that little bit of talking, I'm going to actually show you. I tell everybody when they find me on LinkedIn, don't necessarily read my resume first. That's not really the important part. The important part comes down here first. It's where you get to look at where are they? Come on, recommendations. These are other business professionals that will vouch for the level of professionalism I bring, what I'm able to do, that I am who I claim to be consistently. I have references and recommendations from all over the world, from people who are in a hugely diverse group of businesses. So this is what I want everybody to look at first, and then go back up and say, hey, YusefWateef Thornton, add me as a friend. And going back to what that laptop lifestyle means, it means you're completely in control for better or for worse. If I have a bad month meaning something I didn't work out, a client calls me and says, I'll give you a very common issue. I have a client that's been working with me month in and month out for years sometimes. Then I get a phone call. Life changed. The company shipped me off to a different division in a different place, or the company fired me. Now the company would still need me for their editing, for their website needs, to write articles for them. But the new guy coming in, he's probably got his own team as well. He has someone like me somewhere in the world. Are they as good as I am? I doubt it, but he's not going to take a chance on a new commodity. He doesn't know who I am. He's new to the city. How do you deal with that? Have you been maintaining that all the money you make, even though it's less than you would have made for another company, you get to keep 100% of it. But that 100% you get to keep, you've also got to have your own budget to say, if business goes away. If you work for another company, odds are if business goes away, it'll take a while before they have to fire you. When you lead that laptop lifestyle, if you're not somebody who understands that just because I got 100 coins doesn't mean I have 100 coins to spend, just ask Shar. Welcome to the show. You're always welcome. The door is always open if you ever want to come up and say hello. Just because you have 100 coins doesn't mean you get to spend 100 coins. What that means is, well, now you're in a situation where you've got a plan. Now, whereas you may have worked for a company that gave you a budget for your suit or for that clever uniform you wore. Now, well, how do I go meet my clients? When I go meet my clients, I've got to wear something appropriate. I'm fortunate that I can wear a polo shirt to almost all my engagements. But I've got to budget that. That's that laptop lifestyle. It's not like on television where you see a guy that just lays around in his underwear all day, you know, with his hands greasy from French fries, who woke up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes my hands be greasy from French fries. That's every now and then. But when you're the laptop lifestyle, guess what? You're still in an ultra competitive area because I'm your competition. Guys like me, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I told my first client, if we're going to have a meeting about what my salary is going to be, what the contract is going to look like, how many units of service I'm going to give you, we're going to meet at 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning? Well, yes, I was always taught that all the serious money is moved before noon. So I'd like to deal with you first. I know that other guy who believes what he saw on television, where he just gets to lay in all day, do a couple hours of work late in the afternoon, and then go party with pizza with his friends. He's not going to make the money I'm going to make. I'm not even rich. I just stay below my means, and I'm able to be comfortable. Because when I'm leading that laptop lifestyle, when it's just me, when I say my ancestor had a big sharp piece of metal he put behind his on his back and traveled the world, and I might have had another relative that threw a rifle over his back, and I throw that laptop in my backpack and I decide to roam the earth, I am solely responsible for my own success. And that's the part people don't get. I get messages all the time from people who say, well, what do I need to do to facilitate this? And I give them the answer, and they never want it because they don't want that level of responsibility. They thought it was going to be like that commercial you saw. Again, sand between your toes, living this lifestyle of just perfect freedom with nothing to worry about. I always tell people, if you do it, be prepared for it. Be prepared to lose. Be prepared ahead of time. Things like I did How to Leave America 101 and 102. Those are two of my most popular videos. Please go watch them. And I think I've done a video. Let's see. It might all help you. How to Leave America 101, a masterclass, and How to Leave America 202, the college edition. I also want to, let's see. I also want to see if I did one on how to be an editor. If I haven't, I'm gonna show you guys specifically how I got into editing, copy editing, proofreading to lead that laptop lifestyle. Nope, that's me and my blacksmithing. That's me and economist Jeremy D. Stevens. Good friend of the channel, good buddy of mine. We actually managed to make it through hanging out without any economic wars. We didn't have to discuss. We get into it sometimes, particularly over money. So he's going to come back soon and let me straighten him out, because as an economist, he deals sometimes in theory, whereas I'm on the ground with people. I'd actually like to talk to him about the service economy. I'd like to have Jeremy come back. As a matter of fact, let me show you guys some of the other things that Jeremy has done with me. Come on. Everybody knows I can't type and talk at the same time. I will mess one of them up badly. Here we are. I'd actually like for Jeremy and anybody else who does what I do, leading that laptop lifestyle, who knows what it's like, to come back and hang out. I'd like to talk to Jeremy about how this laptop economy has really affected the overall economy when you have people who are living off of a laptop. I know people who live the laptop lifestyle specifically in the United States. And then when they build up their bankroll, they take it abroad. Let's see, I think I have a question here. Let me back. Let's see. Okay. So that laptop lifestyle is worth it, but it's not always, how do I say this? It's worth it, but it's not always the fun that you think it is. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you the same things that would go wrong working for someone else is going to go wrong for you leading that laptop lifestyle, except you'll be in a country where you may not speak the native language, which is why I've been diligently studying my Portuguese. It may go wrong in a situation where you don't have a human resources department to go talk to. You don't have an advertising department to say, hey, can you get my name out there? When somebody makes a comment on LinkedIn professionally, or even here on YouTube, I'm responsible for it. I've had clients interact with me all over social media because, again, and I'm going to do an article about article. I'm a writer at heart, so I still say article. I'm going to do a video on, my name is the only thing I have. And I would tell you this: if you're going to lead that laptop lifestyle, if you're going to throw your weapon of choice over your shoulder, and go out in the world and just make it that way and say, I'm going to live off this laptop. I'm going to eat from this laptop so I can go anywhere in the world. Your name has to be rock solid. You can't be in a situation where your reputation is one that can't be trusted. I know I'm going to lose some of it now. Something that me. Fat Boy Slim, weapon of choice. Who remembers that video with Christopher Walken flying? I'm going to listen to that when we get done. This was an awesome video. What year was that? Wow. Yeah, that was a while ago. In any case, normally I'm very long-winded, but I'm not going to drag you down with that today. I wanted to give everybody a little bit to chew on so that when I've had a lot of people call me and take me on as an advisor. I've had people hire me as someone who can guide them through different steps of travel, different steps of setting up their own business, different steps of how to operate Bitcoin, all these small things that facilitate having a lifestyle that's more than just a 6-month holiday or a vacation, but sustainable living off your laptop. If I can help anybody through that, feel free to contact me. If I can be of any benefit to anybody, if anybody wants to come on here and talk with me about what I'm doing, if you have your own that you'd like me to hang out. In the meantime, the important part, and I'm proud to say this, wow, I can't believe I hit like 900 subscribers the other day. Make sure you click the subscribe button, the bell, and the thumb up. I'm old enough to remember when all you had to do was click subscribe, but now YouTube wants you to handstand backwards while juggling with your feet or something like that. But that's important because I don't make money off of YouTube or Google. If you click the show more button, it'll show you how I make money. People specifically contact me. But what I bring to you guys, I get to bring a whole lot of information. I get to bring diverse groups of people from all over the world. Right now, I have a couple of friends who are also in this lifestyle that I want to bring on to talk with me, but I wanted to open up first. So if there are any questions that you'd also like to ask people who do live off their laptop. Oh, and shout out to anybody. Does anyone know someone? Hey, BK from the Rockies. Wait a minute. That was a funny video. Which one was a funny video? Shar, which one was funny? And BK from the Rockies comes in with a save. Like, share, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. BK from the Rockies is he's legit. I like that guy. And what was funny at Just Ask Shar? I'm gonna give her a quick second. What was funny at Just Ask Shar? That was a funny video. Not this is a funny video. She said that was a funny video. So what video was funny? I feel like I'm one of the good feathers from the Warner Brothers show. Why are you laughing? Am I some kind of a clown? Remember the 3 pigeons? I'm in a mood today. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood every day, but I feel like I wanted to kind of enjoy the day. It's a beautiful sunny day in Brazil, and I realized I did this. I did this. At 42 and a half years old, traveled the world. I've pulled it off. I've found a looking passport place, learning a second language. I'm sustainably living on a career that I chose, and I just want to spread it. I want everybody to get it. Christopher Walken. Yeah, Christopher Walken's an amazing actor, but yeah, that one. Yeah, BK, you were right. Probably the Fat Boy Slim music video. Hey, listen, I got some other stuff to do. I got a client that's actually coming in a minute, but I'm glad to be able to take this time with you guys. I love you all, and thank you for taking time out of your day to hang out with me. Click the like and share and subscribe and all that other good stuff. Talk to you guys later, and I hope you all have a day